What is up YouTube? We're underleveled. My name is TotK and the final trailer for the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom just released this morning, and with it came a ton of new information, questions, and excitement for the release next month. But in this video, I'll be going over 13 things you might have missed in this amazing trailer. So let's get right into it, shall we? Oh, also we have huge things planned for the release of Tears of the Kingdom, so make sure to subscribe because you won't want to miss out on those. Now if you haven't already watched the full trailer, go check that out first. It's only about 4 minutes long, but you really need to see it. In this video, we're only going to be going over the hidden gems that we found. But come back here when you're done because some of this stuff will blow your mind. Let's get right into it with number 1. The trailer starts off with a huge detail that many have missed, and it's this landmass right here. Does it kind of look familiar? It's because it's the same location as the final scene from this trailer. Take a look. Now what's interesting is that in this scene where Zelda is, it seems to be on the ground with no sky islands to be seen, as well as no calamity or malice. But also, this landmark looks pristine, while the one in the sky looks aged with moss growing on it. But where or when is this taking place? Is this a hint at time traveling to the past before this landmark rose to the sky? Or maybe Zelda is in a space that Link can't get to yet, where she's waiting for him to find her. Dang, starting off heavy, but now let's move on to number 2. Next, you can see Link gliding to the surface, but in the back, you can also see some sky islands. But some are covered in some unusually dark clouds. This makes me believe that there will be some sky islands that you cannot access until later in the story, or after unlocking something. Number 3. Here we can see what looks like Ganon from behind. Yes, I think it's Ganon. Well, kind of. Let me explain. Do you think it's Demise? If so, then I think we might both be right. I think this is Demise surfacing from within Ganon, but I don't think that it's a totally different entity. If you look carefully, you can see that this Ganon is wearing the exact same outfit as the other Ganon, as well as the official art of Ganon. The single sleeve is evidence of this, but this wearing the same thing will play a bigger role later on in the trailer. But I do think this is Demise manifesting himself from Ganon. Number 4. We have seen this scene throughout a few trailers in the past, but this time we get new details. First, as Zelda is falling, you can see that her left hand is clenched, almost as if she's holding something. Possibly the Magatama you can see her with later on in the trailer. But not only is her left hand glowing, but her body as well. Could this be her using some powers, or could someone be helping her in some way? Number 5. We see Link pushing this rotating lever inside of this strange moving structure. By the looks of it, we strongly believe that he's inside this structure that we see right here. We have no clue what the significance of this structure is, but it must play some bigger role. Maybe it has something to do with the gacha looking machine. Either way, I am very interested to find out. Number 6. Here we get to see the inside of the Sheikah machine that we have seen in a previous trailer. But this time we get to see the new Sheikah Slate in action. This is the first time we're seeing the new Sheikah Slate in a trailer. This new Sheikah Slate looks like a Nintendo Switch, which was shown off in Zelda's official art for Tears of the Kingdom. I also like how they have the USB Type-C connection on the bottom. It's those little details, I tell you what. Number 7. This scene confirms that the figure in the previous trailer is in fact not Hylia as many theorized. In our other video, we thought it was Zelda, and it turns out we were right. Yes. But if you look carefully, you can see that the structure she's facing is the same from the previous trailer, wearing the same clothes and accessories. But what's interesting is that this place, it must have some significance, because if this other scene is related where Zelda is grabbing what looks like Link's arm, then this could be one of the places where they interact face to face, which would be huge. Number 8. Here it looks like Link is fighting an enemy, but if you take a closer look, the two in the back look a lot like Gorons. When you stop and think about that, you wonder, maybe Link is training with the Gorons for the upcoming battle. Number 9. This is a really interesting one, because this Rito looks just like a grown-up version of Tulin, which is the son of Teba, the new champion, or successor to Revali. What makes this interesting is that if this is Tulin, then what happened to Teba? Well, if we go back to the scene with the Zonai looking person, the blurry figure in the back, it kind of looks like Teba, right? Kind of? Maybe? But why is Tulin taking Teba's spot? Well, I'll explain why I think Tulin is possibly going to be the future Rito champion in just a bit. It gets a lot more interesting. Number 10. There have been many different armor pieces shown off in this trailer, but there is one that stood out the most, and that's this one. Mainly the headpiece. We strongly believe that this is a new Zonai armor piece because if you look closely, Link is sporting the same multi-earring look as the Zonai person, as well as the horns and the decorative piece on the front and back of his head. We think it just looks super awesome. Number 11. This clip is a really important one that raises more questions than it answers. But as we pointed out before, Zelda is in a place that seems free of Sky Islands, of any malice or calamity. She has her jewel and you can see the Master Sword in the back. We strongly believe that Zelda will repair the Master Sword, but you can hear it in her voice that a great sacrifice must be made. A sacrifice great enough to bring back the only thing that can defeat the darkness. In fact, Nintendo Japan has stated that this will end the history of the Master Sword that we're used to, and a new Master Sword will be created. And what's even more interesting is that the glyph on her jewel is the same as the one on Link's Zonai arm that we saw from this photo a while back on the official Tears of the Kingdom Link statue. Could it be that Zelda's jewel can use a more powerful recall? One where she can recall to a time before the Calamity Ganon's attack on the land of Hyrule? Number 12. Now this by far is the most interesting and exciting. Who is this person? At first glance, this person has the exact same eye color as Zelda, as well as wearing the exact same outfit with all the accessories. Then you'll notice that she has Zelda's Magatama. Yes, Zelda's one. I'll go over why it's hers next. But I think this person is Zelda. And Hylia. What do I mean? Well, sounds familiar, right? I think Hylia can possibly surface from within Zelda, just as Demise might possibly do with Ganon. But again, this is all just thoughts and speculations. No one will know until the game comes out, but I mean, it's still fun to think about, right? Number 13. Now we get to see some of the successors to the champions, but looping back around as to why I think Tulin will become the new Rito champion, and why that the jewel the mysterious person has belongs to Zelda. It's all because of this old photo we saw in a previous trailer. We see 7 of these jewels surrounding the Zonai person, with each successor to a champion owning one. So if you look really carefully, you will see that Tulin has a white one, Sidon has a blue one, Riju has a yellow one, Zelda of course has one as well, and while you can't see it too clearly in the trailer, in the official art of Ganon, you can see that he has one on his forehead. Knowing all of this, we can assume that the new Goron champion, Yunobo, will have one as well. And finally, Link. What's cool is that you can also see the boulder breaker in this scene, so it's possible that the future Goron champion is there with them, just not shown for some reason. I don't know, maybe he's just gonna have a really good glow up. But that's the 7 Magatamas that surround the Zonai person. But what significance do these jewels represent? Is it possible they're linked to the 7 sages? I just don't know for sure. But there you have it, 13 things that you might have missed in the final Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom trailer. We hope you're just as excited for the game as we are, and if you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to hit that like button, as well as subscribe, and turning on the bell for notifications for more Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom content. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.